Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Rhythm Nation Dance Fitness or the RNDF Show. I am your hostess, Stacey Roberts, and today on the show, I am so lucky to have with me the founder and the chief instructor of Tactical Arts Defense Solutions. And today with me, I have Sean Roberts. Hey! Thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
And on my other show, the previous episode that I did, I was my own first guest. So the way that the way that this is going to go is I just have some questions I'm going to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything else you want to share about what you do or about Tactical Arts Defense Solutions, you're more than welcome to share anything that you want with our audience. And I actually like to have like a fitness portion of the show, but you do so much fitness with me anyway. And also, by the way, y'all, he is my husband. So, and if you follow my page at all, you may have seen him do step with me. So he does do step with me. And when I'm not even recording and we're just working out, he's always there. So there's no need for us to do a fitness segment. But I will be asking him the same questions I asked myself on the previous show. So, Sean, again, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
So, the first question I'm going to ask you is fivefold. And the first question is, tell us about yourself. But the very first one I want to know is just tell us who you are. We know your name. We know that you are the founder and chief instructor of Tactical Arts Defense Solutions, but just tell us more about you.
Well, what really can I say? You've said it all. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. Proud veteran, having served in the Air Force.
Woo, Air Force, Air Force.
In Air Crew Special Operations. And I'm really proud of what we're doing with Tactical Arts Defense Solutions. And we're just really looking forward to growing in that vein. But what really excites me is all of the experiences that I've had in the past that kind of got me to where I am now. And that's something that I'm sure you'll ask about later.
Yes, absolutely. So, okay, you're from Chicago. And just for some of the people out here, what's your sign?
Virgo.
Virgos. I love Virgos. Every Virgo that I know, they're very just y'all don't play around.
Yeah, I'm a pretty serious person.
Yes, very serious, very organized, very patient. Every Virgo I know is the same, so I love Virgos.
Thank you.
Okay, so the second part of this first question is, what do you do? Like, you don't have to divulge where you work or anything, but when you're not doing tactical arts, what do you do?
When I'm not working with tactical arts, I am in visual information, so media essentially, UX, UI design, marketing, and communications. That's my background.
Very cool.
That's kind of where my first area of expertise lies.
Okay, all right, very smart, cerebral type dude.
I don't know
I picked a good one, y'all. I got a good one. Okay, number 3 of the first question. What is your best quality? What do you think is your best quality?
My best quality, I would say my gift of servitude. I like to serve others, and as you know, even in our marriage, I'm very giving. So I like
Very
to
patient.
I
Very
like
patient.
to I like to accommodate people in their needs and just make sure that people are generally taken care of. So that's something again that actually spills over into tactical arts, and it really helps with the day to day.
Okay, that's a really good quality to have. A lot of people don't have that quality of servitude. It's more like serve me, serve me, serve me. So anyone who has that kind of a heart for that kind of thing, I think is great.
Thank you. Absolutely. I agree.
Now, okay, now we have to talk about what we know the best quality,
Okay.
okay? One of the best. He's got a lot of good qualities, but what's one of your worst?
One of my worst qualities, I do have patience, but I have low tolerance. There's a difference between patience and tolerance, okay? So if somebody doesn't get something, if they don't understand, then I'm patient enough to walk them through processes and training to get them to where they need to be. But when it comes down to just plain blatant, just just disregard
I'm
and
sorry, I'm
everything that goes
laughing
with it,
because I know exactly what he's saying, but
then in that case I have very low tolerance for garbage. You know what I mean? I'm a pretty straight laced person, and I just let's get to it. So
yeah.
that would be one of my worst qualities, because not everybody shares that, and it may be a turn off to some people. But hey,
It is what it
it is
is.
what it is.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Okay, and the fifth part of question one, what is your best coping mechanism for stress or when you maybe sometimes find yourself depressed or sad about something? What is the best way that you cope with that?
I could take that in a couple of directions. So let me just real quick point those out. One is absolutely prayer. Praying just really gets me in touch with God and allows me to hear clearly from Him. That will generally direct how I respond to things. I don't react because I'm not a reactive person. I don't react to anything, but you will get a response from me. And it's important how calculated I am that determines that delivery.
Okay.
So that's the first part. The second one is meditation. Through my martial arts training, I've been doing martial arts for 30 years. And I've learned that meditation is really a good mechanism for me to calm my body, calm my mind, regulate my breathing, and really just sink into myself. So meditation really helps. And another coping mechanism, honestly, is I binge Netflix. Just to kind of, sometimes you have to come down and you
Yeah.
need something mindless just to take you away from that. So that's kind of where that comes into play. So between those three coping mechanisms, that's how I deal with stress, aside from hanging out with my family.
Okay. All right. Well, I asked the question, tell us five things about yourself, and he answered all five. And again, thank you for sharing
Of
that with
course, of
us.
course.
Okay, so question two, you touched on it a little bit earlier, but the question is, tell us about your tactical arts. Tell us more about the business.
Tactical arts was conceived in 2022 with the intention of providing people with training in firearm safety, in firearms tactics, in weaponry from stick fighting, which we call fighting. It's Filipino and Malaysian, down to knife fighting, pin shot, salat, etc., and even open-handed combat. I'm a kung fu practitioner of 30 years as well. So between those things and hunting safety, that's the business model for tactical arts, and it can be for anybody on any level. We've got prior military that we've trained. We've got people who've never touched a gun before. We've got people who are martial arts enthusiasts like myself. And we've got people that have never gotten in a fight before,
Okay.
all as customers. So our thing is safe direction, safe education, and empowerment through practical mind education, and the body, of course, will follow. That's tactical arts.
Wow. That's pretty
Well,
impressive.
thank you. Thank you. That's what we do.
That's what he does, y'all. Okay. So, what led you to this particular company, or like your past experiences you mentioned earlier? Like, how did all that culminate into
Good
tactical
question.
arts?
Very good question. So, with the military background that I have in special operations, that was part of it. Then, following my military tenure, I was in executive protection, bodyguarding celebrities for a number of years. That was part of it.
Bodyguarding celebrities.
Yes.
Very cool.
Absolutely. And then my best friend and I, we created our own private security firm, and we had a chance to service different people throughout the San Antonio community. That was part of it. And then, of course, my firearms background, weaponry background, it all came full circle to one institution, Tactical Arts Defense Solutions, that encompasses all of those entities and pushes it forward as a business. So I basically, to your point, took all of my previous experiences and put them under one umbrella, and that's the premise behind Tactical Arts.
Very cool. If you don't mind, if you can look into that camera and let us know how we can find you on social media.
Absolutely. You can find me on Instagram. Look up Tactical Arts Defense Solutions, right? And you'll see my logo. This is it. And it's a big TA. Can't miss it. You'll see videos. You'll see testimonies. You'll see different things like that, pictures, etc. We're constantly adding to the library, so you'll see more information from week to week. And that's where you can find me primarily right now. There's a website as well. You can get all that information from Instagram.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So next question. Now, because you're on Rhythm Nation Dance Fitness, you know, I have to ask this question. What is your favorite kind of music? I already know the answer to this, but just, you know, share with the audience what kind of music you
So a lot of people may be surprised. A lot of people may not be surprised, but those who know me know that I love jazz and classical. Okay. Jazz really is my go-to from day to day. It puts me in a really light headspace, and it kind of allows me to take myself away from everything. And I picture myself in certain places when I listen to jazz. But classical is just really next level for me, because classical is timeless, it's historical, it is a lot of different things. There's so much complexity behind classical music that it really allows me to lose myself in it, and I can think more clearly when I listen to symphonic classical music. So between those two, those are my favorites.
Very cool. And you know, it's funny, I just got to share with y'all, and I know this isn't a marriage show or anything like that, but it's really funny because, you know, he's like more classical and jazz will have me like, you know, jazz kind of puts me to sleep, and I like classical too, but I'm more of the, you know, the funk, the hip hop, you know, I'm kind of that person. So I think we're like a good blend.
But you know what? I think what that does for you, jazz does for me. That puts me in that same headspace too, as you've seen sometime.
Yeah.
And you're like many times, how can you jam to this? And I'm half asleep, right? Half asleep. So it's just it just affects people different ways. But hey, music makes the world go round.
Yes, we love music in this
Yes,
house,
we do.
for
Absolutely.
sure. Okay, so my final question for the day is, if you were not, as you mentioned earlier, you're into like visual arts and that kind of thing. So if you weren't doing that and you weren't doing tactical arts, what do you think you'd be doing? Like maybe if you could go back and maybe pick another profession, maybe what do you think you'd be doing?
If I could pick another profession, so actually when I was about 4 years old, I'd always decided, you know what, I want to be a heart surgeon. So
Really?
I
Wow.
wanted to, the more you know. Right?
Okay.
I always wanted to be a heart surgeon for years, and that's all I talked about was going to
Charles Drew in the house.
there you go,
Okay.
you know, going to Duke Medical School and all of that. But my aunt in Chicago, like, I'd been drawing pictures and everything since I was 2 years old. So my aunt in Chicago one day encouraged me. She said, well, you should go to art college because you're really good at what you do, and pursue advertising. So that's actually what I went to school for. And that's what, what my underlying profession is. But the heart surgeon thing, that would have been it for me.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
Hey, man, it's
I didn't even know that myself. Heart surgeon, that's pretty cool.
It's intense, right?
That
It's a little
is.
something.
And
It's a
you
little something.
are like the person that you are. Let me just say this. If you ever take a class with Sean, or really with Tactical Arts Defense Solutions, trust me when I tell you, he is so serious out there because, you know, that environment is not an environment to be playing around, joking around, and kikiing and stuff. It's just not that place. So even with our relationship and the fact that we always laugh and joke and have fun, when we are out there and he's doing firearms training, it's like, I know you're my wife, but listen.
Yeah, we got to get this.
We got to get this. You're holding it. You got to hold it this way. You got to hold it that way. You got to look. And I be looking at him like, dang, I'm wifey. And he's like,
Don't matter who you are.
it don't matter who you are.
Listen,
So,
in an environment like that, safety is paramount.
Yep.
We don't play with regard to personal safety. And also, this is something that you may have to use, God forbid, if you're in a situation where you need it. So you want to know how to react. You want to know what it is that you need to do. You want to know how to respond, should I say. And you want it to be such that it doesn't compromise your own safety, right? And that holds true even with weapons training that we teach, even with martial arts. It's all the same. It's all relative. So, so yes, it's a very serious game.
very
We can have fun
serious.
and go key and get something to eat after the fact.
after, but do
But
not
right
come
now,
out
we got to
there-
get this. We
do
gotta
not
get
come
this.
out there playing.
That's right now. No play. No play.
Because Mr. Roberts here. No. None of that out there. Well, Sean, again, I thank you. I keep my shows really short and sweet and to the point, so I appreciate your concise answers.
Yes.
Thank you for devoting your time, and you've already shared with us how we can get in touch with you on social media.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience, anything at all, or are you good?
Always be ready.
Always be ready. Yes, always be ready. So I would recommend, if you do want to take some kind of firearms class, please find Sean on social media, send him a direct message, get something lined up right away because, you know, you always got to be ready. Okay? So again, thank you, Sean,
Thank you.
for being on this show.
Thank you.
And tune in for the next RNDF show. I can't tell you who the next guest is going to be, but trust me when I tell you, it's going to be an awesome show. So thanks again for tuning in. Thanks again, Sean, for being
Thank you.
here, and I'll see you on the next RNDF show. Bye. Bye, guys.
Are you listening?
Oh, y'all saw that, right?